So you've heard about the practice of Eucharistic adoration in your parish, but you're not exactly sure how to best spend your time before our Blessed Lord. Today, on this installment of Seek and Find, we will reflect on this great spiritual tradition. So when it comes to the practice of Eucharistic adoration, it seems to me that there are really two forms of prayer. The first being a kind of structured prayer. And when I think about people that are just trying to begin to incorporate the spiritual practice into their lives, I think structured prayer can be something that's, very helpful in that beginning. This can be any number of different things, like just praying a rosary and asking the Blessed Mother to really be part of that process of growing in devotion to her Son. They're present in the Eucharist. Could be as simple as praying a Divine Mercy chaplet, or reading a little spiritual novel by some saint that you have a special devotion to. All of these different things, all of these structured forms of prayer, I think can be very helpful for someone just starting off. But there's another element to prayer before the Blessed Sacrament, something that I think can sometimes be left out, something of a more unstructured style of prayer. So if you think about it, there in our midst is the Lord of the universe. He is in our very presence, and He has something that He wishes to communicate to each and every one of us. He has a plan for our lives. He has a purpose in mind, and He has a way that He wishes to communicate just how much He wishes to use us according to His divine providence, to use us as an instrument with the help of His grace to bring about the salvation of the human race. That's an extraordinary privilege. And if we don't take that opportunity of putting a few things down, to put the book down once in a while, we don't have that opportunity of being able to listen to what God might have in store for our lives. There's a great story from the life of St. John Vianney. He and his parish in Ars, he would notice that one of the villagers there in Ars had this kind of little practice of going and visiting the church each and every day as he came home from his farm. And John Vianney would go and speak with this villager, and he would say, what is it that you spend all of your time speaking to our Lord about? What is it that you say? And this villager said to him quite plainly that I look at the Lord and the Lord looks at me. It's such a simple little insight, but I think it can be something that's incredibly helpful as we try to make our prayer before our Lord in the Blessed Sacrament ever more fruitful, to have a balance between the two, to take some time for structured prayer, to build up to our devotion to our Blessed Lord, but also to have a period of unstructured prayer, to listen and to have that time to be able to really enter into that moment in a more purposeful way. So this is the goal, I think, of having the balance between the two. And if we can really strike that balance, I think it's then where our prayer before the Blessed Sacrament becomes ever more fruitful. This has been Father Stephen Battey, and this is Seek and Find.